Good morning. Good morning. If you're just logging in, thank you so much for carving out this time to practice with me. We got another minute or so, but I'd love for us to come into our cross leg pose so that we can begin our practice. So, and we've got maybe one more minute before we can start. Let's make sure that you have what you need for this practice. So I want you to make sure that you are ready with some pillows nearby. We will need them for when we're relaxing. And I'd like for us to go ahead and let's join together in our cross leg pose. I'd like for us to rest the hands on top of the knees. Good. And let's sit nice and tall. And I want us to begin with the breath. So the breath is the foundation of our practice. I always begin with it. It's what we can use to prepare us, and it also is what we will use to sustain us. And at the end, we will use the breath to relax us. So the breath is super important. Let's rest the hands on top of the knees. I'd like for us to sit so that we can guide the breath with the belly instead of the chest. So breathing with your belly leading. Let's inhale and press out. Exhale, release and relax, drawing the belly in towards the spine. And I want you to slow it down. Really take your time, breathing in and filling up. Exhale, releasing, and allow the shoulders to just drop a little bit more. And we're going to do two more slow belly breaths. Breathing in, pressing out. Exhale, release, and draw the belly in. And one more belly breath, breathing in, pressing out and away. Exhale, release, and draw the belly in. Very good. Now let's put some movement with our breathing. I'd like us to inhale. I want you to lift the shoulders up tall by your ears. Exhale, roll them back. So I want us to begin to lift and circle the shoulders. So let's do two more. Lifting up and rolling back. And then one more, lifting and circling. Very good. Let's rest the shoulders here with the belly breath. Exhale, release. And then I want you to lift your shoulders again and this time roll them forward. So let's circle in the opposite direction. I want you to give me two more up and forward. And then one more circling up and forward. Very good. Now let's go ahead and extend the arms. I want you to stretch the arms out. We're going to make letter T. Then I want you to plant in the left hand and lift the right arm up. We're going to keep this arm moving, let it fall near the ear. Good. I want you to take the hand that's on the floor and slide it out more. Give it one more breath. Exhale, release. Now the top arm lifts, and we're going to slide the hand on the floor so that we can tee out the arms and make a letter T. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Plant your right hand, lift up your left. We're going to draw the arm by the ear and the hand on the floor. I want you to slide it out further. Good. Give me another deep belly breath here. Exhale, pick up that top arm, and we're going to go ahead, slide the hand in so we can tee out the arms. Lift the palms, face up. Inhale, lift up the arms. Palms come together over the head, and then hands come to heart center. Let's take a deep belly breath here. Exhale, release. Very nice. Now I want you to take the back of your right hand against your lower back. Wrap your hand around your right knee. Hold and turn to look over the shoulder. Feel this twist. I want you to give me two breaths here. Looking over the shoulder. Let's get deeper into the twist. One more breath. Exhale, Excellent job. And then we're going to go ahead and turn and face back center. I want you to do the same thing on the other side. Back of the hand to the lower back. Wrap your hand around your knee. Hold and turn to look over the shoulder. Feel this twist and give me one more breath. Let's take 2 breaths. Exhale it out. One more. Very good. Then I'd like for us to turn and face back center, hands on the knees, another belly breath here. Exhale, release. Excellent job. So let's get to work. I want us to come onto our hands and knees for a tabletop. So swinging the hands and knees around. Let's come into tabletop. And I want you to make sure that your wrists are in line with your shoulders and your knees are in line with your hips. So we've got a flat back. Let's warm up the spine a little bit by doming and drawing your chin in towards your chest, tucking your tailbone in, staying right here. One more breath. And then come back to neutral spot. Now I want you to dig the toes of both feet into the mat. Keep the feet digging and shift the hips back towards the heels. With your hips nice and low, we're going to slide the hands forward just a little bit and stay here. 2 breaths. Now if your hips are not coming down to touch, that's all right. Find your limit. And give me one more breath. Breathing deeply here. Exhale. Now we're going to shift the shoulders forward. Untuck the feet so that we're pointing into the toes. And coming onto the tops of the feet. Let's come back again. Hips towards your heels. Good. Walking the hand forward. Forehead comes to the mat. Child's pose. 2 breaths. And one more belly breath. Very good. Inhale here. We're going to come right back up onto the hands and knees for tabletop. Good. And I'd like for you to press away from the mat and bring your palms together in front of your heart. Now, I'd like for us to draw a line from the knees to the hips to the shoulders so that we can make a long line all the way up. Very good. Now, let's dig the toes into the mat. So we're going to dig the toes as much as we can. Now, I'd like for us to extend the arms out to make a letter T. Keeping the arms extended, let's tap the left heel with the left hand and come back. Same thing, we're going to tap the right heel with the right hand and then come back. Good. Palms come together over the head. Hands come to heart center. Breathe. You got to get arms see out. Keep the feet digging. Right hand tap. Now switch to the left. And we're going to alternate going from tapping one heel to the other. 2 more sets. Excellent job. 1 more set. 1 more side. Good job. Come back to the center. Tee it out. Palms come together over the head. Hands come to heart center. Excellent job. Let's land the hands to take it up. Untuck the feet, finally pointing into the shoulders. And let's sink the hips back towards the heels. Walk the hands forward, bring your forehead to the mat, and we're going to rest again. Resting here in our child's pose. Give me 2 breaths. Excellent job. One more belly breath. Very good. Now inhale here. We're going to come right back up onto the hands and knees for tabletop. Good. Now I'd like for us to press away from the mat and bring the palms together, heart center. Now this time, I'd like you to step your right foot in front with one movement. Step. Good. And then we're going to dig the toes of this back foot into the mat. Good. Let's see out the arms, facing forward. Now, I want you to bring your right hand to your left knee. Come back to the center. The same thing, we're going to switch and tap. Come back to the center. Good. Palms come together over the head. Hands come to heart center. Very good. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's land the hands side by side on the inside of this foot. Lift this knee back in place. Good. Press away from the mat. Bring the palms together, heart center. Good. Let's step that other foot in front with one movement. Step. Good. Now I want you to dig the toes of this back foot. Dig. Excellent. We're going to extend the arms, making the letter T. Left hand tap. Find the heel. Other arm reaches up. Get out. Opposite hand taps. Find the heel. Lift it up. Come back to teed out arms. Lift our palms come together over the head. Hands come to heart center. Just land the hands side by side onto the inside of this foot. Lift this knee back in place and rest. Sink the hips towards the heels. Walk the hands forward. Bring the forehead to the mat and rest here. I want you to give me a deep belly breath. Breathing deeply. One more belly breath. Excellent job. So we're going to finish up this sequence. I'd like for us to come onto our hands and knees for tabletop. Press away from the mat. Bring your palms together, heart center. Step your right foot in front with one movement. Dig the toes of the back foot. Dig. Tee out the arms, make a letter T. Now, your left foot is digging. I want you to bring your left hand to your left heel. And I want you to get a good grip. Now we're going to try and extend the leg in front. And then bend into the knee. So give me one more. Walk the foot forward, but extend. And then bend. Now let's come up. Oh. Palms come together in front of the heart. We're going to land the hands side by side. Come onto the top of this back foot and lift this knee back in place. We're going to be in tabletop. Sink the hips towards the heels. Walk the hands forward and the forehead comes to the mat. It's child pose, and I want you to give me 2 deep belly breaths here. Good job. One more belly breath. Excellent. Inhale here. We're going to come right back up onto the hands and knees to tabletop. But press away from the mat. Bring your palms together, heart center. Excellent. Let's step that other foot in front with one movement. Step. I want you to take that back foot and dig, dig. Inch this foot further forward, just a little bit. Good. Now, let's see out the arms. Excellent. Bring your right hand to your right heel and get a good grip. We're going to lean back. I want you to extend and then bend. Walk your foot forward. Try it again. Extend and then bend. Excellent job. Palms in front of the heart. Whoa! Hands land on the floor. Excellent. Let's lift that knee all the way down to the place. And I want us all to rest. Sink your hips towards your heels. Walk the hands forward and bring your forehead to rest on the mat. So here is where I want you to let that movement sink in. I want you to pause. You're going to breathe. Feel the belly press against the thighs. And on the exhale, sink just a little bit more. Let's take 2 more deep belly breaths. One more belly breath. Excellent job. Inhale in here. Now, I'd like for us to come onto our hands and knees for tabletop. And then let's bend into the elbows and bring the forearms to the floor. So we're going to come onto our forearms and palms. Walk the elbows a little closer to the knees. Good. Now let's dig into the toes of both feet. Dig. Pressing away from the floor with your forearms and palms. Pick up your knees and shift the hips back and press the heels to the floor into dolphin. 2 breaths. One more belly breath. Very good. Bend into the knees softly, gently. Bring the knees to come onto the mat. Untuck your feet. We're on the tops of the feet. Shift your hips back towards the heels and rest here in our child's pose. 2 breaths. One more belly breath. Excellent job. Inhale here. We're going to come onto our hands and knees this time. Good. Let's dig the toes into the mat. Excellent. Press away from the mat. Pick up your knees and shift your hips back for down dog. 2 breaths. Press back. Good. And one more belly breath. Very good. We're going to bend into the knees and gently bring your knees to the mat. Just untuck your feet and bring your hips forward still. Let's rest here in our child's pose. So I want us to make sure we're pacing our movement throughout the practice. I don't want to rush. Give me 2 deep belly breaths here. One more belly breath. Excellent job. Inhale here. We're going to come right back up onto the hands and knees for the tabletop again. Good. Dig the toes. Pick up the knees. Shift it back. Down dog. Step your feet together. Good. Now I want you to balance. Lift this right leg up. And we're going to keep lifting. Keep lifting. Find your limit. Point in the toes lifting. Good. Now we're going to bring that foot to the floor. Good. Then in both knees, softly bring your knees to the mat. Shift it back towards the heels and rest. Walking the hands forward, I want you to bring your forehead to the mat. So we are almost done. We've got one side left. And we're going to move on to our standing sequences. Give me two more breaths. One more belly breath. Excellent job. Inhale here. Let's come right back onto the hands and knees for tabletop. Good. I want you to dig the toes into the mat. Pick up the knees, shift it back down dog. When you're ready, feet are side by side so we can balance. Lift that other leg up. Take your time. We're going to lift, 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 point, and lengthen. Find your limit. Excellent job. Now we're going to bring it down. Bring it down, 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 down. The toes come to the floor. Bend in both knees. Bring your knees to the mat. Untuck your feet. Shift your hips towards the heels. Now I really want you to rest. Resting here in our child's pose. So I want you to feel the belly against the thighs. One more belly breath. Excellent job. Inhale here. We're going to come right back up onto the hands and knees for the tabletop. Good. I want you to dig the toes, pick up your knees, shift it back, down dog. Now let's tiptoe it in. I want you to walk into a standing forward pose. Soft bend into the knees. And then let's peel the spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Excellent. Until we're standing tall in Tadasana. So let's bring the feet together. Draw your spine tall. Think about your posture. Think about your shoulders. And we're going to bring the palms in front of the heart. So with the feet rooted, let's take those 2 deep belly breaths. With the eyes closed if you feel comfortable. Let's breathe. One more belly breath. Excellent job. So I'd like for us to take your left foot and step it back. And I'd like for both feet to point straight ahead. But this back foot, I want you to lift up the heel. Good. Now I want you to wrap your hands around your waist with the thumbs in the back. Good. Now let's press the hips forward, arch the back, and lift the chin to the top. Exhale, hands still wrapped around the waist. We're going to roll the spine tall and bring the foot in. Palms come in front of the heart. Give me a deep belly breath here. Exhale, release. Now we've got to go to the other side. I want you to take a step back. Good. But we're going to pick up this back heel. So wrap the hands around the waist, thumbs in the back. Now let's press the hips forward. Arch your back and lift your chin. Look up at the ceiling. Press it through. Good. And then we're going to roll the spine tall. Excellent balance. Bring your feet together. Bring your palms together. Give me a deep belly breath here in Tadasana. 2 breaths. One more belly breath. Very good. Now I want us to go into chair pose. So I'd like you to bend in both knees, hands at the waist. Put the weight into the heels. Keep the palms sealed in front of the heart. Bend a little bit more. See? And then I want you to hold. Now I want you to hold this for 3 breaths. Breathe in here. Good. 2. Excellent. 1 more. Very good forward fold. Bring your fingers in front of the toes. Extend the legs. Soften in the lower back. Excellent job. Stay in the fold. Bend in both knees. Good job. Extend the leg. Now it's really helpful if your feet are really pressed against each other side by side. Let's do that one more time. Staying on the fingertips. Bend in both knees. Round your back. Weight in the heels. One more breath. Good job. Now we're going to start to roll. Pick up the fingers. Roll the spine. One vertebrae at a time until we are standing tall in Tadasana. Very good. Let's step the feet wide. So going into this wide angle. Good. Let's inhale here. Exhale. Forward fold. Bring your fingers right in the middle. Good. And walk the hands forward. Good. Now I want you to press into your left palm and reach your right arm up. Let's look up as we reach up. Excellent job. Bring that hand to the floor. Same thing other side. Plant and lift. Look, reach. Excellent job. Bring that hand to the floor. Now I want you to walk your feet in a little bit more. Good. And then we're going to circle the arms wide. Palms come together over the head. Hands come to heart center. Excellent job. Let's step the feet together and stand nice and tall back into our Tadasana. 2 breaths. One more belly breath. Excellent job. Inhale here. Exhale with forward fold. Fingers come in front of the toes. I want you to bend into your knees. Pick up your heels and squat down low. We're going to go into this really low chair. Walk the fingertips in place. Let's bring the spine and draw it up tall. I want you to balance, lifting that right arm up and then reaching up. Give me one more belly breath here. Exhale. Circle the arms to the ground and forward fold. Now, I want you to gently bring your hips to the floor. Woo. Extend the legs. And let's make sure that the legs are side by side. Now, close together, hands onto the outside of the hips. Let's walk the hands towards the feet into the seated forward fold. So I want you to give me some deep belly breaths right here. Breathing deeply here. Exhale, release. Excellent job. So we're going to walk the hands right back. Very nice. Let's bend in both knees to plant the feet. Shift the hips towards the heels. And then we're going to roll the back flat to the mat. Now, let's take a deep belly breath. Exhale, release. One more belly breath. Very good. Now, I'd like for us to step the feet a little further apart out to the edges of your mat. And then let's see if we could step the feet even wider. Find your limit. How far can we bring the feet apart? Very good. Now, let's take both knees over to the left. So I want you to bring both knees over to the left. We're going to roll onto the side of both feet. But arms could be resting on the floor, palms pressed. Let's give me one more belly breath. Excellent job. Now, this top leg, I want you to pick up the top leg and bring your foot as flat as you can, and then bring your knee right back close to the floor. I want you to give me two more. We're going to pick it up. Foot comes flat. Find your limit. Good. And then bring the knee to the floor. Excellent. One more. Pick up the knee. Foot comes flat. Good. And then we're going to bring the knee to the floor. Press the knee down a little bit closer. One more breath here. Very good. Let's bring both knees to the middle, bottoms of the feet flat to the floor. I want you to do the same thing. Both knees over to the other side. And we're trying to bring the knee as close to the floor as we can. Good. And only the top leg comes up, foot flat to the floor. And then we're going to bring the inside of the knee, lower it down, roll onto the side of that foot. Good job. We need two more. Pick it up. The foot is flat. Good. Bring that inner knee inside down. Good. One more. Pick it up. Bring the foot flat. Excellent. And then bring the knee down to the floor. Very good. We're going to pick up both knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. Excellent. And then I want you to bring both knees in to meet in the middle. Two breaths here. One more breath. Excellent job. Now we're going to bring the knees apart. Now I want you to step the feet together. Lift the feet off the floor, draw the knees into the chest, and wrap the arms around the legs. Hug it in. And give yourself a hug for taking the time to practice yoga this morning. Good. I want you to give me two more breaths. Excellent. One more breath. Very good. Now, on the next inhale, let's extend the legs, and I want you to wrap the hands behind. But let's make sure that the legs are falling